Yo, welcome to the West Coast Crossover with JD.
And I'm Jeremiah the Prophet, and this is a spot where we talk about SoCal hoops, and if your team ain't the Lakers, they're trash.
So follow us on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and subscribe to us wherever you found that bullshit you've been listening to at The Prophet. Why don't you go ahead and give them the rundown, bruh. Right off the rip.
One time, ayy, for showtime, ayy. Two-time, Coos time, Zo time, ayy. It's almost time for the debut of the Lakers, ayy. And we already talking about who getting traded, but hey, we ain't trying to see the Lakers getting faded, ayy. Let's trade Dan, get some ball and free agents, yay. Sad to say we already looking to next summer, but hey, let's talk about the Lakers rosters and some numbers, man.
The numbers, man, the numbers, how do they stack up for the Lakers? We're going to have to talk about the numbers moving forward for the Lakers, as the big picture is to improve this year and really position themselves next year to bring in some high caliber free agencies and flip the roster a little bit and become a competitor, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I mean, dude, the way the Lakers are constructed right now, this may be an interesting year. I'm definitely going to be entertained no matter what goes on because I never miss a game. Those are my niggas. But definitely going forward, we're going to have to make some moves if we ever want to get with the juggernauts out on the West Coast.
Well, you know what? As it stands right now, going into next season, the Lakers are actually projected to have the third most cap space available, somewhere around there. And the way that things have been shaking out the last couple of years, there's only a handful of teams that are going to be in position to make a couple of moves to get under the cap themselves. So the Lakers are actually going to be in good position as long as they hold on to their cap space and maybe figure out a thing or two to do to free up some more cap space and bring in a couple max free agents. Yeah.
And as of right now, just to get a grip on what is going on with the Lakers and what they can do this season even, what is our situation looking like right now? Are there I know we were talking about earlier some notable free agents that are available even right now, still not picked up, right?
Yeah, there's a couple of guys that aren't picked up right now, but it looks like the Lakers are going to sit tough with what the roster is right now, man, which is fine to me. I could see if they were in a place where they were looking to pick up some wins and possibly make the playoffs. Maybe you go after a guy to help the backcourt, like a Monte Ellis, or maybe you even go after a Festus Ezeli or something like that to help solidify the bench at the center position. But I don't see the Lakers making any moves right now. So we're talking about looking at the roster and possibly shifting guys like on the roster now around during the season.
Right.
So ideally, I would love for them to figure out a way to get rid of Luol Deng.
Damn the damn dang. If we can get rid of Luol Deng, boy, we'd be winning right now, man.
Right. I think they got like another 2 or 3 years of him at like 17 million, 18 million a year.
18 million, dog.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, man. So that's the problem. How are you going to move that contract to somebody? Because he's not going to produce for anybody worthy of that amount of money. So I think that's where things like combining his contract with Julius Randle comes into play, where Julius Randle, becomes a valuable asset, through his play throughout the season. Maybe he becomes a trade asset because it doesn't look like the Lakers are going to fit Julius Randle into their future plans. They didn't extend him. Yeah, he was up for extension, but the deadline was 3 p.m. Pacific time. No extension for him. So he's playing for his next contract, man, and I think his next contract is going to be elsewhere. If that's the case, you might want to look at getting something for him, even if it's just cap space, getting rid of Julius Randle, man, if that's what it comes down to.
Well, I was kind of tending to look at it a little bit differently when it comes to Julius Randle. From what I read earlier, Julius was well informed that because of the Lakers cap situation that they have going on right now, they cannot afford to tie him up. If they were to sign him up on a big deal of what he, at least what he believes that he's worth, are actually what going around the league would say. It would be quite a bit more.
You think he starts at about 15 million?
He has to start somewhere around there, based on what other people are getting paid that produce about what he produces at his age. So, his cap hold is for 12 million. So let's just say right now they leave him as unsigned, and then they get into this summer coming up. They will have an extra 6 million or so, or depending on what he was going to get paid, 3 to 6 million that they can shop with But if they were to sign him to the deal that they probably would have to sign him to keep him, man, it's going to dig real deep into our pockets, into what we could spend on one of the max players that they're looking at. They probably would have to let him go all the way to unrestricted free agency in the next summer, sign their 2 players that they were going to sign, and then sign him if they have like a backdoor handshake agreement that, look, we want you here, we're going to sign you, but we're going to have to go over the cap to sign you, right, since we are your incumbent team. That's the only kind of cap gymnastics they could work with Julius Randle. Otherwise, it is a matter of letting him go.
Well, in that matter, then he's going to have to prove his worth for the Lakers if that's to be the case. Because like you said, they'll still be able to get those 2 max free agents, but then Randle's going to put you way over the cap, and then you're going to be paying that luxury tax on top of that. Yep. So he's going to have to definitely make it worth their while if he's going to stick around. The Lakers plan on signing 2 of the top free agents, man, which I am definitely hoping they're able to do. Yeah,
so this year he's planning to not only bolster his numbers and his value to the Lakers, but also to put the rest of the league on notice that, hey, man, I'm coming up at the end of this year, and I want to get paid, man. I want to get that money. It's unfortunate that he spent one of his years of his rookie contract all injured the whole time, and that probably set him back. Maybe not in his development, because he probably will be about the same where he was at, in my opinion. But it did take away a year of showcasing his talents.
Facts. So then, in that case, you still have Deng on the roster. So what do you do with him? Because there's no way that guy can stay on the roster moving forward for another 2 years, and the Lakers to be able to complete their plan of rebuilding. At least I don't think so.
No, not at all. I mean, they may have to stretch him. If they use the stretch provision, that would allow them to take his money over. How many years is that going to give him for beyond? I think it's 3 years beyond where his contract ends, and it basically splits it in half. So instead of paying him 17 this year, 18 the next, and 18 the next, which sounds fucking crazy to me right now, bro. Crazy to everybody. But instead of paying him that, they'd be paying him closer to 8 or 9 million a year,
just for an extended period of time,
for 6 years. Yeah, which does suck being dead weight on your cap. But I mean, the nigga dead weight right now, bro.
He's dead weight either way, and that $8 million ain't so bad when you look at that overall number. So that's a little bit more tolerable. But I'm just hoping that he's not sticking around for that full price for the next 2 seasons past this one. 2 seasons.
Yes. But the only way to get rid of Luol Deng before those 2 seasons are up is going to be to package together him with someone with value. Now, someone who might want to shed, cap space is not going to be looking to pick up Luol Deng at all, because they're going to be stuck with him like that. But someone who is in a tank mode, a la, I don't know, Chicago or Atlanta, right? They may want to pick up a tank piece like him, because he's good for tanking. I'll tell you that. Definitely good for tanking. And if you pick that guy up, and convince the Lakers to give you something like Jordan Clarkson and or Julius Randle, then it might happen. That's the kind of thing you got to do to get rid of Luol Deng. Other than that, we're going to be stuck with old boy, man.
Man, I just feel like one of those 2 dudes is going to show that they are worthy of being on the team moving forward. So to talk about giving up both of them in the same deal, God, that's yikes.
Man, hey, check, dude. D-Lo was worth something too, man. He had to go, nigga, to get rid of that Mozzie.
Yeah, I know a lot of people were upset with that trade, but I wasn't so upset with that trade because, again, we wanted to get rid of Mozgov, which kind of made it okay. And plus, the Lakers clearly had designs on getting Lonzo Ball anyway, so we needed him at the point. I know there's an argument that maybe D'Lo could have ran the 2, but hey, for what it was worth, I'm cool that he's gone and that we got Brook Lopez, got rid of Mozgov, got Lopez, and we got Kuzma. So that deal for me, that works. So maybe that same situation, maybe that same situation exists where both of them get traded and you're upset at the time, but moving forward, it works out for the Lakers. So if that's what it takes to get rid of Deng, then so be it, man. And hopefully they can make do in the summer to put the pieces together to have a competitor going forward.
Yeah, man. I mean, going forward, let's see. This year, we're going to trot out the squad of Brook Lopez, Contavious Caldwell-Pope, Julius Randle, and those three guys are all off the books next year unless we re-sign them to some kind of way, you know? Brook Lopez is getting paid $22 million right now, and KCP is getting paid just under $18 million.
And KCP won't be back, I'm sure. I mean, KCP is Mr. I call him Mr. No, because he's that dude this year. When I see him with the ball, that's all I'm thinking about is no, don't shoot.
Oh, bro, like that?
Like that, man. Like that. Don't shoot. Just hold the ball. Let the offense reset. Find the open man. Do something else, bro. Don't take that open three, bro. Whatever you do.
Don't take the open three.
Not even the open three, because that just means it's a good shot that you're going to blow. Keep the ball moving. Just look for a different shot. Any shot other than KCP is a better shot.
Oh, you're wrong, bro. You're wrong for that. Well, I like KCP. I believe that he hasn't been shooting particularly well, of course, but that it would come around. He's a little bit of a streaky shooter, and he has to settle into this role a little bit. I know I said that about a few players on the Lakers squad, so somebody ain't going to settle in and shit. But I believe that if he continues getting those open shots, the value that he adds on defense and what he gives you by slashing to the basket or letting after a defensive stop, he's worth a good amount just from that. I believe he's just not going to be back because someone else was willing to pay the money for him that he's worth. Right now, he kind of got a little bit higher than we might get paid because he's getting paid for only a 1-year deal. 17.7 for his services is not out of line. You know, he probably would be getting paid about 12, 13, 14, 15 on the open market for an extended amount of years. You know what I mean?
Right.
But
okay.
The Lakers ain't gonna give him that shit. Straight up.
Hell no, ain't no way.
Nah, that was just for this year, so we can have a little stopgap going on and put out something respectable. Now, Brook Lopez, man, what do you think? I mean, Brook Lopez is a baller, man, and somebody's going to pay for his services. Do you think that the Lakers would be willing to do another move like what they would do with Julius Randle in that proposed situation where they let him go to unrestricted free agency, use their cap space on max players, and then brought back Brook Lopez after that, going over the cap? Do you think that's a possibility for him as well?
I think for Brook Lopez, that's kind of the only possibility. You're definitely not going to sign him early at that big of a number. He doesn't fit in with the Lakers age-wise. Style-wise, he kind of does. I like what he does for them. But, man, extending him, he's probably going to be looking for 4 years, somewhere around $100 million if he can get it. Nah, man, we're going to have to stall out on them talks and see what else is out there. Maybe try to develop Thomas Bryant and Zubac, or think about using that big money on a center in free agency a la DeMarcus Cousins if things not working out too well for him in New Orleans. So
Speaking
I know
of DeMarcus Cousins. Yeah.
Speak on him.
I mean, who are the notable players that are going to be out there for the shop with? Because DeMarcus Cousins has to top that list, right?
Nope. LeBron James has to top that list,
Well, of course. How can I forget about my
I don't know. Maybe that. But anyway, LeBron is the number one, and there's been LeBron rumors. Everybody knows that he has a house out here in L.A.
Yeah.
Kids play basketball. Everything points to him possibly giving L.A. some serious consideration. And look, I don't care what nobody say. I don't see the Clippers being anywhere part of that consideration when it comes to moving to L.A. He comes to L.A., he's got to be planning on bringing, one, somebody with him, two, also liking what he's seen in the development of some of the young Lakers moving forward to give him even more incentive to come. So let's put LeBron at the top, and maybe if you want to slide Cousins in underneath that, that's cool. But one thing I don't like about Cousins, man, is I think that thing with his attitude and off-court stuff is real, and I think it's a legit issue. And when it comes to chemistry and overall ability for the team to win, man, with that, he just hasn't matured like I thought he would at this point in his career.
Yeah, I feel you on that. He has been lollygagging in the maturity department, that's for sure. But, I mean, dude, beggars can't be choosy, man. And we definitely beggars, bro. We might be LA and everything, but we definitely beggars right now, bro.
That's facts, man.
As far as the players out there, let's read off the list, man, and let's play a little game called Baller or Bum, bro.
All right, let's do that.
Now, if you not just, we'll say baller for someone that you would like the Lakers to have on their squad, that you could see him as being part of the squad. Now, obviously, we can't have all these people on our team, but if I say a name, you just say whether or not you think he's worth being a Laker. All right, I took some people obviously off the list of free agents, but you let me know if you would want him on the Lakers or not by calling him a baller or a bum. Starting off with one of the people that have a player option at the end of this season would be Jeremy Lin again, dog. What you say?
Jeremy Lin,
yes,
for the Lakers,
for the Lakers,
baller is a baller, actually, in my opinion. Depending on who's left, he's a baller as a backup point guard, not as a starter, and not playing along Lonzo. Other than that, you know, he would be a bum in any other situation. But I think Jeremy Lin is a baller. I like what he does off the bench and his role for Charlotte. Yeah, I can see that.
All right, well,
especially if the Lakers move Jordan Clarkson.
Well, all of the Cavs are coming up at the end of the season, which was crazy. I didn't really notice that. I know LeBron has a player option, but also
baller.
Also, yeah, all right. But also, D Rose.
Bum.
All right.
Bum.
Shumpert.
Bum.
Wade.
Who is this Barber?
What about Wade?
Bum.
All right. What about Isaiah Thomas?
Bum.
Whoa. Wow, that's a little bit disrespectful, but I'm gonna also say bum. Let's go.
Right on.
All right. Well, let's see. Wesley Matthews has a player option. What do you say about him?
Baller.
I fucks with Wesley Matthews too, man. We got to disagree at some point to give some people something to hear, man. But as of right now, I'm right with you fully. Now, here's one we may disagree on. Nerlens Noel.
Baller.
Bum.
Baller. I like him as a rim protector, rebounder for the Lakers. He's young, he's fast, up and down. Baller, especially at the right price.
Well, I think that's the problem, is that he doesn't want to go for the right price. This dude thinks he's like worth something expensive, and that's why he's probably not going to be around with the Dallas Mavericks next year.
I think he's also second line thought, not definitely not a front line first rate free agent, but somebody you fall back on.
Yeah, I'm gonna call him a bum still, man. We gonna need shooters, dude. You know, I think we're gonna have enough of well, I mean, I know that he can run the floor, but at the 5-4 position, I'm good, man. I'm good. Not for the Lakers, in my opinion. He don't space the floor enough. We need some dudes that can kind of, I don't know, man. Maybe
some dudes that could play some defense too.
Yeah, I know. I'm thinking that too, bro. I don't know. I'm gonna call him a bumler. Anyway, how about Will Barton from the Denver Nuggets? Slashing
baller.
Small forward. Yeah, I'm gonna call him a baller too. He plays D. He's a 3-and-D kind of player, man. I like him. I think the Lakers, he would fit perfect with what the Lakers are trying to do right now.
Yeah, I like what he's done, and I've just noticed that over the years what he's done to the Lakers, and I like how he plays. I think he fits in. I think you can maybe get a guy like that at a good number later on in free agency, because one thing to think about, like I was talking about earlier, this is not like it was 2 years ago when everybody was getting paid. Things have leveled out. The top guys are going to get big money, and then all of a sudden you're going to see some pretty good players that are going to have to sign for a little bit less than what they thought they were going to get on the open market. He might be one of those guys.
All right. Well then, hey, let's see who else we got back on here. We have Avery Bradley's coming up. That seems crazy. That doesn't sound right to me.
Avery,
I got here in my notes.
I got Avery Bradley as damn. I got him. I'm 50-50, but the thing that tips the scales to bum, in my opinion, is the fact that he wore the Celtics uniform so long.
Baller, bro. He's a baller, man. That's not his fault that he got traded to the trash Celtics, bro. The dude's a 3-and-D player. If we said, who else did we say? Will Barton was worth being a Laker, man. Come on, bro. Avery Bradley's a better baller than Will Barton. He's like the same dude, better, dog, with a Mario mushroom, nigga.
Like I said, man, that Celtic jersey still has a nasty taste in my mouth. So maybe when he's a year removed from that, I'll feel differently about that guy. And again, he's one of those second line type of free agents like Barton that you might take a look at if you strike out on some of the top line guys.
Ooh, speaking of another player that is in that same vein, Robert Covington from the Philadelphia 76ers.
Robert Covington is a baller.
Yeah, I gotta agree.
I'm going to say that because I'm a stats guy and I'm into analytics, and that guy, I know he's doing it on the Sixers, but he's off the charts when you really start to break down his per minute averages and numbers and the type of effect that he has on the floor while he's out there.
Do you have any of that information with you on out there right now?
You know what? I don't have it right now off of hand, but I've just looked at it before in the past, and the only thing with him is that he's young and he's probably going to command top dollar.
Yeah. But you're probably right about that. We might have to be somewhere around the lines of another dude that's similar like that, a little bit more weak sauce, is Danny Green over at the Spurs. He's been taking pay cuts back and forth with them, man, but he can't do that forever, Doc.
He can't do that forever, and I don't think I like Danny Green. Not that he's a bum, but for the Lakers, that'd be a bum signing because Danny Green is going to be looking to get a little bit of money for some years, man. He's going to want a contract that's going to be probably 3+ at a substantial amount more than I think that he's going to be worth. So I'm going to say bum signing for the Lakers.
Say bum on him. What about Aaron Gordon? He's a restricted free agent. The dunker, Aaron Gordon. What do you say about him?
Bum.
I agree. Derek Favors from the Utah Jazz. He's going to be available.
Bum.
What about Boogie's playmate over there, Rajon Rondo, son, backing up Lonzo Ball? Come on, who could be better backing up Lonzo Ball than Rajon Rondo? I agree, a bum. I tried to sell you on it, nigga, so I could tell you he was a bum, but you wasn't falling for it, bro.
Nah. Hey, the truth is the truth.
All right, so the people who are not bums for sure that will be out there is going to be Boogie. Melo has an early termination option that he probably will exercise. And Paul George. Well, I shouldn't say that about Melo, man. He might be happy over there. And, I mean, ain't nobody going to give him another one of those super max contracts that he has right now, bro. Well,
hey, man,
the Lakers
let me ask you. Let me ask you this though, man. What about Rodney Hood? He's going to be a restricted free agent. I know it sounded like you were high on him before.
I am very high on Rodney Hood, but unfortunately, I believe that he ain't going nowhere, dog. Utah is all in on that dude.
If they're all in, then how come you don't think they extended him?
I don't know, bro. I can't get into the weird minds of a Utah person, bro.
All right, then. Hey, you know what? One person that you didn't bring up. What about Jabari Parker?
Jabari Parker is a baller, but not for the Lakers, bro. I'm not feeling him. But also, he's another one I think is not going to hit the open market either. A lot of these people are having those somewhat handshake agreements, in my opinion. I believe that they are going through the motions with their team where they're trying to get everything else in order. The Sixers had to re-sign Joel Embiid. No, I'm sorry. I'm talking about the Bucks. Anyway, the Bucks. Yeah, Jabari Parker has had a lot of injuries in the last couple of years,
Absolutely.
But as he goes on forward, the Bucks are going to want to lock him up, man. As long as he has a good season going forward, man, he ain't going to make it past them.
Okay, so then how about this restricted free agent, Zach LaVine?
Zach LaVine, for one, I left a lot of restricted free agents off because the Lakers don't historically go after restricted free agents. For those of you guys that don't know the difference, a restricted free agent is is restricted because his incumbent team is allowed to match whatever offer is put out there by another team. So if the Lakers were to tie up the resources of saying, hey, I want to pay Rodney Hood $20 million a year for, however long, while they're in that arbitration process or to decide whether or not Utah is going to match it, the Lakers' $20 million is frozen in place there, and the rest of the league can continue shopping, bro. And if you miss out on everybody while you're $20 million broker, That's too bad. So the Lakers don't like to use that strategy very often unless it's somebody that they're really, really going after. And I don't think that he's that kind of level player that the Lakers are going to put all those extras on. For Zach LaVine, man, I'm not feeling it at all. I think he probably ends up back with Chicago or getting a baller paycheck from somebody who's retarded like the Sacramento Kings.
So, all right, one more way off the radar. Free agent. All right, ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
JaVale McGee.
Nigga, we got 7 centers on the squad right now. And all of them are smarter than that guy, bro. I can't fuck with it. Nah, man. Nah, bro. You know what? Nah, nigga. Nah.
I don't know, man. I liked what he did for Golden State last year, and I could see moving some of that dead weight at center that we got and maybe bringing him on if we signed a good starting center. That's the only way, but shout out to JaVale McGee for stepping it up last year a little bit, way past absolute retardation on the basketball court.
Right. And look, this just came across my timeline on the phone that Woj broke it, of course, that the LaMarcus Aldridge just agreed to re-sign for a 3-year extension with the Spurs, dog. Can you believe that? So we were right about to talk about him, and he's off the list, even though
I absolutely can believe it. He's trash. He better sign that extension right now.
No, but I can't believe that the Spurs did that, bro. Because I'm trash as much as we do, right?
Yeah, they should know better than anybody. Right. So I'm kind of surprised they went. How long did it say? How long and for how much? I mean, 3 years, but how much?
3 more years, $72 million, bro.
Whoa, nah.
Right.
Wait, so was he unrestricted or restricted?
At the end of this season, he was going to be. You know what? Did I not even write this nigga down because he's that trash?
Man, in either situation,
no. He was going to be unrestricted. I do have him here.
But he was signed this year, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have let him play that out.
See what you got to do.
See, yeah. If you, because I don't see him earning that. But anyway, that's what they want to do. That's what they want to do. I am shocked and surprised that the Spurs did it. Not shocked and surprised that LaMarcus did it.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I can't really function with LaMarcus Aldridge at all. I was glad when he did not want to sign with the Lakers. He had jokes on the Lakers, actually, talking about, that they didn't have a good presentation, that they wasn't talking enough about basketball. They cared too much about the glitz and glamour and all of that bullshit, But
hey, around the same time, I was feeling the same way from all the reports that was coming out.
Well, yeah, I'm not saying that the Lakers had the right approach, but I was also thinking like, well, maybe they feel like about that nigga like I do. Like, yeah, bro, you come over here, you get this, that, and that as a show, but they really wasn't trying to recruit him hard. I think they could have went harder if they really wanted to, man.
Yeah, I got you.
Ain't nobody that's a baller came out to LA and said that. Only that nigga.
And yeah, he hardly qualifies as that much of a baller, but shout out to LaMarcus, whatever. Get your money, man.
Whatever. You old Humpty nose looking at it ass nigga. That nigga, the guts. Hey, speaking of the guts and free agents, we got one more that we left out, bro. And you got to tell me baller or bum, and you got to give me your real opinion. Austin Rivers, son. Austin Rivers from the LA Clippers.
Bum.
Wait, Austin Rivers is a bum still?
Bum. He's been bummish. He's been bummish all his career.
I know, but I'm saying he's still a bum, though.
Yeah. He's still a bum. I mean, what makes him? What made him unbummy?
Nigga, I can't answer that, bro.
Exactly.
He got more minutes from his daddy.
Yeah, no, that does not count. He wouldn't have got more minutes anywhere else from anywhere else. I mean, shout out to the family business. Make your money again, but you a bum. I'm glad you're not on the LA Lakers.
All right. Well, if he's a bum, is his daddy a bum, dog? I've been thinking about that a lot. Somebody just asked me the other day. I was talking to EXO. Shout out EXO.
Shout out, sup, EXO.
And he was asking what I thought about Doc Rivers. Is he a good coach or not? We can play baller or bum with that coach right there.
Man, I think he's highly overrated at this point.
You too, huh?
Yeah, man, he led a team to a championship 10 years ago or something like that. The team was fully loaded. I mean, that was a team that was favored to win regardless of who the coach was going to be, as long as it was a competent NBA coach. And that's what I think that he is. He's pretty much average, man. He's not that much better than that. The Clippers, in my opinion, probably should have finished a couple of seasons a little bit better than what they did. Granted, there's been injuries and stuff like that, but there's been other times where I just don't think that they were coached up to the potential that they've shown and that they've had over the years. So if I was the Clippers, though, I would probably go ahead and start putting out some feelers out there. He's definitely a bum as a general manager.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was going to say, man. I mean, he might be all right as a coach, but he's a trash-ass general manager, nigga.
Facts.
You know, man, bro, I mean, terrible. I mean, as soon as he should have been fired the day that he gave his son all that money, dog. I'm serious. If I was Steve Ballmer, I'd be like, what the fuck you think this is, nigga? You can't be doing that shit with my money, bro.
You gotta go.
You're right. Right, man. Yeah, Doc Rivers looks the guts, sounds the guts, and coaches the guts, bro. I got jokes on Doc Rivers.
So wait a minute. We talk about Doc Rivers so much. If we're going to pay him this much attention, maybe he needs to be part of that roasting session.
Bro, you want to get him?
Get him!
This nigga's eyes, bro. You know he had excellent court vision. He got a good 6 inches between them shits, and they both looking in opposite directions. Oh, cartoon gecko face having ass nigga, man. I'ma get him.
Get him!
This nigga looked like he had two mamas who both used to look at him at the same time and be like, look at me when I'm talking to you, nigga.
Get him!
Doc Rivers, 60 years old with teenage acne. Look like a cockeyed, overweight, badass kid, bruh. Black don't crack, but your shit bump like a YG CD, my nigga.
Get him!
Rivers, if you don't get your frog meme face, Beijing hair dye sponsored, 3 for $100 suit wearing Monsters Inc. Mike Wazowski voice having ass the fuck out of here, man.
Hold on. I think I got him. Oh, Doc Rivers' hairline, absolutely ridiculous. Looks like a faded tattoo.
That's fake as fuck, dog. You know it is. Oh, man.
Doc Rivers looks like he does head spins on burlap sack every morning before he walks out the door.
That's fucked up. Get him.
This nigga inhales too deeply. Everybody in the arena will pass out from oxygen deprivation.
I was looking at that nigga nose too. Oh, shit, man.
Oh, hey, speaking of the Clippers, man, shout out to Wesley Johnson and his agent. He's got to be fantastic. I don't know how he's still in the league making money.
Bro.
Shout out to his agent, because Wesley Johnson, man, he's trash.
He is very trash, man. He was trash 4 years ago, man. He was trash straight out the league, and everybody kept holding on for a couple years, seeing if he would develop to anything more than trash. Then about 2 years ago, they decided he's fully trash, and the nigga's still in the league.
Oh, Moesha in the face looking ass nigga.
That look like Moesha.
What's with Milo's, dog? That fool looks like he could tell you the exact cause and effect of every single illicit street drug out there. You see what he looked like, dog?
He does look burnt out, nigga. He look like a Mario from Mario Brothers fucking on crack or something, nigga. Like a burnt out version of Luigi or something.
Looks like he just got let out of rehab and straight onto the streets. He's just trying to keep it together, man.
Well,
one day at a time.
Speaking of all those trash ass Clippers, man, that's who we got next coming up on Thursday. Thursday is the beginning of the season, right? 7:30 Western time.
Yeah, that's the beginning. It's beginning of the real season, man. So I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully they can do a lot better than they did last game, because the Clippers are going to bring a full squad, and as many jokes as we got, man, it's looking like they do got a better team than us, man.
No comment, my nigga. I refuse to say that on air right now, bro. We gotta wait till we hang up, my nigga.
Yeah, man. Yo, but before we get out of here, man, shout out to Lonnie. What up, boy? John
What
Collins,
up, nigga?
Money Ann and Cali Joe. Man, go cop that Cali Money CD.
Hey.
Daryl Gibson, what's happening? Melvin, what's happening? And I know I'm about to blow his name, but Barhomi Dai Edin. My apologies, but shout out to you, homie, because I know you know who I'm talking about.
What up, bar homie? He the bar homie.
Yeah, you are, homie.
Yeah, for sure. And shout out to RJ, man. You was looking at us earlier, and we appreciate you following us out there.
Looking out.
Nigga. So, that's it for the West Coast Crossover, man. And you guys make sure you check us out at the westcoastcrossover.com. Like and subscribe to our pages at iTunes,
Facebook. Don't forget that.
Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, nigga, Stitcher,
Podcast
iHeartRadio, and all that good shit, man.
iHeart, iTunes, Breaker, YouTube. Go cop that podcast.
Anyways, man, that's it for today. We'll get into some more Laker talk with the first game of the season on Thursday. Until then, y'all be easy, man. We out.